Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Bush, and I am the student and school coordinator for the Multisensory Reading Center. And today's therapist spotlight is with Jamie Kenny. And Jamie, just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi there. Yes, I'm a recent empty nester, so I have more time on my hands, which pretty much gets devoted to still my children and our dogs. I have been in private tutoring. Gosh, this is going to make me sound really old. Since the year 2000, I was a classroom teacher before that, and I had a reading specialization, and I had a lot of training in Linda Mood Bell, and I was really struggling with not being able to meet all my students' needs. So I left the classroom, decided I was going to try tutoring, and then through all the years doing it, I went and became a certified academic language therapist. And then from there, I was able to use a lot of those credits to have earn a master's in special education with the dyslexia specialization. And then I also got a diagnostician certification. So even though I'm a certified diagnostician, I don't necessarily practice being a diagnostician, but I love having that certification because so many of my students get full evaluations, and I'm able to really read through those and have a much deeper understanding of really using their strengths to help their weaknesses. And I always kind of explain it like to the parents, it's like a roadmap of how your child learns. And now we have this roadmap. And I love being able to like kind of explain to the kids, like, you know, can explain crystallized intelligence or kind of explain some of their strengths. So I'm glad that I have that certification as well.
That is really cool. I love that you're able to analyze that information. That's really important for,
Yeah,
those
fun.
students that come to us with all that, background eval stuff. So that's awesome. So what's your favorite thing? I know you've had so much experience and you've been working one-on-one with kiddos. What's your favorite thing about working with the students that you have now?
I feel like my job is so much more than a job. It's so rewarding. And I always tell my students, I was like, my job is for you to not need me anymore. And I'm going to give you all the tools that you need so you don't need me anymore. And someone else who really needs me is going to take that spot because you're going to be like, thank you. I've got all the tools and I'm going to go off and do great things. And I think just watching children's confidence just soar and seeing just how they can take this intervention and really start applying it, and it's kind of like a ripple effect. And so I just love hearing stories even years later. I've kept in touch with so many of my students through the years, and just to see them be successful, it's so rewarding.
It is. I mean, it's just life-changing. It gives me goosebumps, like thinking about those moments. And then like you said, like years later, hearing how, you still made such an impact. And like, what if you weren't there to do that? How that would have changed the trajectory of everything.
I agree. It's just such a blessing to like love your job and feel so rewarded in the process. It's great.
That is awesome. I love it. So you already touched on how you're able to build connections, obviously, to be able to have people, reach out years later. But do you feel like or can you talk a little bit more about that? Or do you feel like you're still able to make connections even when you're doing virtual intervention?
Yeah. I mean, I think because it's one-on-one, the virtual still works. Like we move our camera around, I'll show them my dogs or the horses, or like, it's a beautiful day, what's going on there. I have kids who are like, there's an eagle outside, let me show you, and they'll flip the camera, or we share pictures and videos. And I always kind of start the first few minutes just building rapport, kind of knowing what's going on in their life and school, and connecting with them that way. And some of these kids I've worked with so many years online, I'm like, one day we're going to meet in person, because I feel like I know them so well, and their parents too.
Yeah, I love that. I definitely feel like there's not as many obstacles as there used to be. And then you're getting the kids at a great time too, because it's just more convenient. They don't have to drive across town and be super exhausted. They can just log on and be able to get started. So I love that about it too.
Yeah.
Well, tell us, when just wrapping things up, tell us something that you want to share about you, maybe something unique about you, or just anything else that you'd like to share.
I think something unique. I think this kind of falls like it probably aligns very closely with what I do, but I was thinking like it's like a unique characteristic to my family as well is like our level of passion. Like we're just like passionate all about different things. My husband is music, my daughter is horses, my son is flying in planes. And for me, it's not only it's so much more than teaching a child how to read. I'm passionate about like the brain. Like I did my thesis on screen time in the developing brain. I'm passionate about like mental health and anxiety and how that affects my students' learning. And I talk a lot to them about that. I'm passionate about just food and sleep and all of that and how it affects their function in school and their learning and their ability to hold information and retain information. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like if people who know me, I think know like my unique probably characteristic is just like how deeply I feel, not only for my students, but just the field in general.
I love
It's
that. That's
yeah.
Yeah, you bring a lot to the table. That's really cool to understand everything from all these different perspectives and be able to pool that all together and then,
Yeah. There's
provide support to
so
kiddos.
there's just so many different elements that can affect learning. And sometimes I don't think we think things like all the connections that take place or what's not taking place because of things like non-sleeping enough or being anxious or screen time. So I don't know. I just love learning about the brain and how it works and how we can help kids overcome all of that.
That is
So
awesome. I love the
I always
passion.
say I'll
That's
be
great.
80 and I'll probably still be doing this because I'm passionate about it and it just makes me happy.
That's so good. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And if anyone listening or watching, if you would like to set up a free consultation and work with Jamie Kenny or any of our other amazing academic language therapists, just set up a free consultation and give us a call. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.